Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the first demo of data engineering with the Google Cloud platform. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Are you
Yes,
guys able to hear me?
yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. So let us start the session. This is our first demo with the GCP data engineering. Okay. So usually we you might have seen Azure Data Engineer, AWS data engineer, and they are having a very good they are having a very good opportunities. But from the last 1 year, I would say GCP data engineer having a very good amount of opportunities. Even compared to the Azure and AWS data engineer, also GCP is having a lot more amount of opportunities, but the manpower is very less. So the main agenda of this course is to teach you how you can able to get the data engineering skills with the Google Cloud platform. If you wanted to work in the GCP data engineering, and what are the skills that you have to learn, and how you can able to practically learn each and every service that is related to the data engineering in the Google Cloud platform, and how you can able to get the opportunity, and how to prepare resumes, interviews, all of those things, including we are also covering the projects that will also give you a very good amount of knowledge that you can directly keep in your resume. Okay. So before telling anything, let me introduce myself. My name is Shaik Saidhul. I have more than 7 years of experience into this cloud platforms, and I have completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. And I have worked in two other companies. This is my third company. I am currently working as a solution architect at a top MNC company. Okay, so this is all about me, guys. Hope you all can hear me. If anyone able to, if you guys face any issues with the audio, please raise your hand or put it in the chat so that I can able to see it. And if that is from my end, I'll be able to fix it. Okay, so let us start this session now. So for today's agenda, if we are going to see what is data engineering, there are few people who already know about the data engineering. There are few people who does not know what is data engineering, but they wanted to have a data engineering career. For that one, if you are totally enthusiastic towards the data engineering, and how you can able to what is actually the data engineering, and if you wanted to become a data engineer, what are the skills, and what the data engineer do daily, so we will see now. And after that, I will also tell you what is the Google Cloud platform, and what are the key services and tools related to the GCP data engineering, and the main intention of using the GCP also I will try to tell you. Okay, after completing this thing, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. And before that, I will also tell you the course content of this particular course. Okay, what is the course content, what are the topics that we are going to cover, everything I am going to tell in next 30 minutes. Okay, so let us start the session. Please give me a thumbs up if you wanted to. Let us start the session if you are able to understand everything, and if you are having any issues, please let me know. Yeah, right. So let us start. Very simple. What is data engineering? To understand the data engineering, it's very simple, guys. Let me gonna give you a small idea. See, if you wanted to construct a home, sir, you wanted to construct a home. So can you guys tell me, or can you guys think about what are the things that you needed to have if you wanted to construct a home? If you wanted to construct a house for you, and what are the things that you need to take care? First, you need to fix the land, right? You need to purchase a land. And after that, if you wanted to construct a home, you need the resources, right? Something like a bricks, as well as sand, a cement, water, equipment, all of these things you will be having. And these things will not be available in one location. You may have to get the all of these raw material from different locations, and try to put it in one single location. And after that, you start constructing the uh, the labor starts constructing the house. So that is what happening. After constructing the house, what they try to do, they add colors to it so that it looks cosmetically good, right? So that is what is a civil engineering. That's what they do in the civil engineering, is that they will be having different of raw materials from different locations. They try to extract those things and they try to put it in one location, and after that they start constructing the house. If they wanted to start constructing the house, they need to prepare a mixture of sand, cement and water, so that it will be act as a binding between the bricks to construct a wall. Okay, so this is what happened in the civil engineering. But in and what I would actually suggest students is that a data engineering is theoretically it is exactly similar to the civil engineering. Okay, in data engineering, we also have a data that is coming from multiple data locations, multiple data sources. Either you get the data from some application or from some web service. Either you use some Amazon to order something, there is a data generated. Either use some web service, again there is a data generated. If you go some 10 years before, you do not have an application to order something, right? If you wanted to order a food, and if you wanted to go for a ride, you have a cab now. So maybe 10 years back before, you do not have that many applications, so the data generated was very less. Now you have a plenty of the applications. Whatever you wanted to do from the daily, from morning to evening, you have going to interact with one application, and that application actually generates the data. Not only an application, sometimes if you go to some production firms or a manufacturing firms or a hospitals, they try to enter the data in the form of a CSV file, a CSV file, or some JSON files, some flat files, Excel files, right? So the data can be in the form of file formats. It can be a CSV, JSON, Avro, Parquet, ORC, different file formats. Okay, and after that, sometimes you are getting the data from some database. Either it can be a MySQL database, SQL Server, or a PostgreSQL. And sometimes you also get some kind of a data from some sensor devices, something like IoT devices, Internet of Things, right? So these are the possible data sources that you get the data from. Okay, I am considering these are the data sources for me. I may be getting the data from two or three applications. I may be getting the data from some file formats, whether it is a CSV or Excel files. I may be getting the data from some MySQL database or a PostgreSQL databases. I may be getting the data from the IoT devices. Once you have the data in data sources, you try to extract them. Okay, once you have this data, what do you want it to do? What the business wanted to do? First thing, try to understand this point. What the business wanted to do. Now you have a plenty of the data with you. What the business want to do? The business want to do is that the businesses what they think is that if you try to understand this business, if you try to understand this data, that data actually gives you some insights. If you try to understand this data, the data actually gives you some kind of a insights. Those insights are very useful for the business. Those insights are very useful for the business. So if they wanted to improve the business, this data information is very useful. Okay, if they try to understand the customer behavior, if they try to understand the sales behavior, they can improve their sales, they can improve their customers, the number of customers they can increase. So if whatever the data that they have, they are going to understand this data. Once they understand this data properly, they analyze it. Once they analyze it, they get some kind of insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. So nowadays, that is the reason data nowadays their data roles has having a very huge demand. Either you say data engineering or the data scientist, they are having a very good demand. Why? Because the main advantage of understanding the data is that they can able to take a proper decision. That is what we are seeing nowadays. You might be seeing big billion days. How this has come? It is by understanding the data only. If they try to understanding the data, if they started understanding the data, They come up with okay, this is where the period people are very interested, or this is where the period they are not so much interested. So I provide lot more amount of discount. So such kind of a insight will always come from the historical data analysis. So what they wanted to do, they wanted to analyze this data first. So they have a lot amount of data in the different data sources. They wanted to analyze it. So once they analyze it, they don't wanted to have the data in some kind of a tabular format or whatever the format. For that one, BI people will try to create some kind of a dashboards and reports, and machine learning people try to create some kind of a machine learning models, or some data scientists will try to use this data for data analysis, and there will be a business groups for taking this data for the business improvement directly. Okay, so this is your data source. Okay, so this is your data sources. As a data engineer, you get the data from these things. This is your data sink, I would say destination. This is your source and this is your destination. Where your data going? Your data may be going to the dashboard. Your data may be going for the machine learning model. Your data may be going for the data set for the data scientist analysis. Your data is directly going to the business groups for business decision making purpose. Okay, so you have the data and you are trying to send the data. In between, as a data engineer, whatever the data that you got from the data source, the data may not be in an accurate format. First thing, the data may not be in an accurate format. The second thing is the data may not be available in a single location. The applications are running in some American servers. The files are available in Indian servers. The database is running in some Australia. These IoT devices are running in some other. So these different data sources are coming from different locations. One is different locations. One more is it is not accurate. The third one is it is a very huge amount of data. And the fourth one is we need to think about data storage. Okay, so we need to first extract this data from these sources and try to put it in a one single location. Extract this data from these multiple data sources, try to put it in a single location. Once you have the data from multiple data sources, you are trying to put it in a single location because this data coming from multiple locations. If you wanted to analyze the data, if one wanted to construct a home, what they try to do? They can't construct a home without having the bricks. The bricks may be available in one location, the cement may be available in one location. What they have to do? First they have to bring all of them into one single location where they wanted to do some kind of a construction. Here also the data may be available in multiple data sources. You extract them and try to put it in one location. Here I may be telling you one of the example, that is data lake. Okay, so once you have the data in data lake, once you have all the raw material in one place, what do you do, sir? You try to keep the bricks and you try to construct the wall, or you try to prepare a mixture so that that mixture will be used for the construction of the home. So here whatever the data that you got from the data sources may not be in a usable format. First thing, the format issue, and one more is the accuracy issue. Two issues are there because here if I wanted to understand the data has to be in a structured format. If I wanted to analyze the data, it should be in a single format and it should be error free. So for that purpose, we extract this data from the data lake and try to do some kind of a data processing. This data processing may involve removing the duplicates, removing the null values, processing the data in such a way that concatenation, aggregation, splitting, joining, whatever you wanted to do. All of those things you are trying to do it here. Okay, what the data that you got from the sources may not be in a usable format. So you try to do some kind of a data processing. The data processing, in another words, is transforming the data, cleaning the data, preparing the data, making it as deduplicate. You are going to remove the duplicates out of it, removing the null values out of it. So that is what is a data processing. You process the data properly. Once the processing is also done, you are going to store this data in single location called data warehouse. Okay, here the data is not in a cleaned format. Now here it is in a cleaned format. It is non-cleaned data. It is properly cleaned data. So this stage is a mainly you can call it as a data lake. You can call it as a different staging area, whatever you call. Here the data was in a not cleaned format where it have plenty of the duplicates, null values, many things were there. Now you do the data processing and send this data to the data warehouse. Now the data warehouse data is properly cleaned. This data is properly cleaned, ready for the analysis. This data is ready for the analysis. So you get the data from this data lake and you try to do the transformations and send this data to the data warehouse. The data in the data warehouse is ready for the analysis. So as per the business requirement, you are going to do that analysis and give this to the business users so that the business users directly use it for the business improvement. Or some people, some companies follows the BI. So they extract this data from the data warehouse, they create some kind of a dashboards and reports. And some other people try to create some machine learning models. Some people wanted to find the future trends so that the data scientists working behind the scene. Okay, so this is what happens in the data engineering, sir. Very, very simple, guys. No need to worry about it. The very simple thing to understand is we need to extract the data. We need to extract the data from some sources, multiple sources. We need to store it. We need to process it. We need to analyze it, and that analysis may be in some kind of a, you are going to show those analysis reports maybe in the BI, ML, or data scientist and business groups. And not only that, as a data engineer, we should ensure the data is accurate and complete throughout this process. So we should be having a one more agenda that is comes under data governance and monitoring. Okay, as a data engineer, you should also worry about your data is should be accurate and it is complete, and you should be taking care of that accuracy and completeness checks as well. So that comes at data governance, and whatever the pipelines that you have created should be monitored properly. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. People maybe 10-15 years before they were doing it most of the things manually, but after last 1 or 2 years, people have started doing creating the data pipelines, started doing the automation where this entire process is automatic. So that's where the monitoring is very much important. So as soon as the new data gets into some user is, for example, assume that there is a user. For example, this is an application of Amazon application only. You wanted to do some kind of a order. Okay, you wanted to purchase one item and order. So you are the user here. Whenever a new user is doing some kind of a transaction over the Amazon, the data will be generated. The data will be automatically extracted, processed, analyzed, and sent to the report. So this is what happens every day. Okay, and this is what we call as a data engineering. A data engineering is very simple, guys. If you wanted to see as a definition, data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. The process of extracting the data, organizing the data, preparing large amounts of the data for the analysis purpose. Okay, and this process may involve designing and building the systems and infrastructure that allow data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. Okay, so because you wanted to create a data pipeline, you need to have an infrastructure for that. You need to design a one system. You need to build an entire system from the scratch for making this work. So this is what is a data engineering, sir. Okay, very, very simple. In data engineering, what you try to do, you try to extract the data from multiple data sources. Either it may be an application, files, databases, and IoT devices. and this is your end object, and you extract the data and load it to the data lake and do the data processing and do the data warehousing. Once this is done, you take care of the data governance and monitoring as well. Okay, so this is what is data engineering. But what the data engineer do, what the data engineer do daily, sir, if you ask me, here is we have a slide for the role of a data engineer. A data engineer actually working on the data acquisition, nothing but a data extraction, nothing but a data collection, nothing but a data ingestion. Okay, a data engineer, the first of activity that he should focus on, or in the data engineering, the very first activity that the data engineer should focus on is data ingestion, nothing but a data acquisition, nothing but a collecting the data from multiple data sources. Next thing is think about how to store this data and how to access this data efficiently. Okay, that's where we need to worry about data storage and management. Okay, so once we have the data from multiple data sources, we need to worry about how to store this data, which platform we have to use for storage, and how to upload it, how to store it, how to access it, how to protect it. All of those things we need to worry about here. Next thing is which system we have to use for the data processing. Either we are using the Spark environment or Apache Beam, UI, ETL tools, how to do the data processing. Okay, either you wanted to do with the PySpark or Scala or Python or Java or SQL or whatever it is. Okay, so you have you have a tools to do it. You should follow the languages to do it. You should know the languages to do the data processing with those tools. So that is we need to find it out. And finally, one more point is data quality and governance. If the data itself it is having the inaccuracy, that means if the data is not quality enough, the results also not proper. This is what the businesses, most of the companies try to understand their business, but the data itself it is having the inaccuracy. If the data itself it is having the inaccuracy, the results are also inaccurate. Most of the companies do this kind of a mistake and they come up with the wrong insights. Those insights may not be useful for their business improvement. So a data engineer are the one who should be providing you the proper data reports. Otherwise, there will be a business loss happens. And one more is system integration, because as I may be telling you these things like acquisition, storage, processing, and quality. So we don't want it to do these things manually. Okay, we wanted to integrate multiple systems. If we try to integrate multiple systems, that's where we are creating a pipelines. Okay, the pipelines are very much important, because if you don't create the pipelines, the things you are doing it manually. If you are doing it manually, you may be ending up with doing a lot of errors. That's where we call it the human errors. And one more is we may not be available all the time to do the things, because we are talking about the huge amounts of the data. Handling the huge amounts of the data manually is very time taking. It needs a lot of effort and it needs a lot of money as well. So that is the reason system integration, nothing but automation is very important aspect. And performance optimization. If one of the pipeline is taking a lot of time, or if one of the queries is taking a lot of time to run, then we need to spend a time there to optimize that performance. Okay, we need to spend a lot of time there to optimize it, because we don't want any of the query or any of the pipeline taking a lot of time than usual, right? So that is also we need to focus on. Most of the companies focus on this point during the interviews, performance optimization techniques, that we are going to see it very clearly, don't worry. And monitoring and maintenance, this is also one more important aspect. As you are using some kind of infrastructure, you need to focus on monitoring that infra and monitoring your pipeline, so that if something goes wrong, you are going to fix it ASAP. Otherwise, if you are not fixing it as up, the downstream people are getting a wrong data. Those results are inaccurate. So if there is any issue in the pipeline, if it is not running out, the that particular day, the inaccurate results are going to the dashboard. Okay, and maintenance also very important as we are using the infrastructure upgrades as well as version changes, maintenance, all of those things needs to be done properly. Okay, as a data engineer, how many things that we are going to focus on daily? We need to worry about data collection, data storage and management, data processing, data quality and governance, system integration, performance optimization, and maintenance and monitoring. Okay, this I may not be, I mean I'm not telling you that you are going to work on all of these areas in a one project. It may not be happening. One of the data engineer may be working on this area. One of the mostly, I would say, most of the data engineers works on this area. 70% of the data engineers works on this area only, and some 10% are working on here, maybe 5% are working on here, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here, something like that, 5% here. So this is how 70% of the data engineers life, they are going to work on the data processing, and the rest of the 30% is on the data collection, data storage, quality, governance, integration, and performance optimization, and monitoring and maintenance. Sir, how to do this data collection? Sir, how to do this data storage and meta management? Sir, how to learn this data processing? How to think of which data processing tool is very useful for my data? So how we can able to come to a conclusion this tool is very good for this particular data, and how to ensure the quality and optimization, how to create these pipelines, how to monitor and maintenance. Everything is properly created in my current course, and I'm going to explain it very clearly. Please stay tuned. Okay, so this is what is a data engineering, guys. If anyone have any questions, please ask me. If you guys have any questions related to the data engineering, you can ask me. And after that, I'm going to tell you about the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, if you have any questions related to the data engineering, what is data engineering, what the data engineer do, okay, please raise your hand. I'm going to go one by one. Okay, yep.
Prerequisite in order to enter into data engineering.
Yes, that I will tell you. That I will tell you. Just before that, if you guys have any questions related to the data engineering, if you are able to understand the data engineering, whatever I have told just now, that's more than enough. I will go to the next topic. If you are able to understand it, that's fine. And if anyone have any questions, sir, I couldn't able to understand this. What is data engineering? Yes, Bharat Kumar. Bharat Kumar. Yeah. Okay. See, it's pre-processing and processing both are same. Okay. No, we will also do it. We will, as a data engineer, we must also do it. Yeah. Both are same. Yeah, this you shouldn't think like a data scientist and data engineer different. Okay. Both are actually both roles do the same activity, but they actually work on the future trends. But down the road, if you look at it as a data engineer, if I work for 5 years, you can actually become a data scientist also. Okay. So that's the thing people wanted to become. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That we will talk about it. Okay. So I did not tell about what is data proc and all right. Don't confuse anyone. So if you have any questions related to the data engineering, let us limit ourselves to the data engineering. And any of the questions related to this one, why that one, we will see that at the end. Yeah. Yes, Tajmul Sharif. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 See, that's what I'm telling you guys. For me, for if you are whoever you are, and you are either worked in some IT or you worked in non-IT, and I am a data enthusiast. If you think that you are a data enthusiast and you wanted to become a data engineer because it is having a very good packages, and there is a very good trending job also, and you wanted to become that kind of a data engineer, sir, again there is a lot of competition outside. There is already many people are already working as a data engineers. How I can directly get a job? If you have that kind of a setup for the Google Cloud Platform as a data engineer, you are having a very less competition. The opportunities are there. The competition is very less. Many people think like this, or AWS is having a lot of market. I will go as a become a AWS data engineer. But if you learn and wanted to become a AWS data engineer, what is the problem is that for 100 jobs, there are 200 to 300 people. You have to compete with them. Okay, the competition is very high, and competing with them is not easy because they are already professionals. Okay, they are already professionals. Getting the job in that area is not that difficult. And one more is, if one skill is having 100 jobs and 200 to 300 people are already there for the competition, the packages also will be normal, not that much, right? But for the GCP data engineer, the advantage that you get is that most of the people does not know about GCP data engineering, but the most of the companies started already using the GCP. For 100 jobs, there is only 50 to 60 people are applying. Okay, if there are 100 jobs, only 50 to 60 people are applying. So that is the manpower. I mean, that's the problem with the manpower for GCP data engineer. So I wanted to become a GCP data engineer for sure. Data engineer is everywhere. Data engineer, anyone can become a data engineer. But Google Cloud Platform data engineer is something that you wanted to. Sir, I I want a demanding skill. I wanted to learn a demanding skill. I wanted to get a very good package, and with a bit less effort compared to the AWS and Azure data engineer. Then this is courses for you guys. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mahi K. Yes. Yes, yes, Rahul, tell me. Not required. Not required. See, as I told you, our area, this is source, this is destination. We need to focus on these areas. Okay. This is DE. From extracting and loading. No, that's what I'm telling you. The competition is very high. For the AWS data engineer, Azure data engineer, the competition is very high. Competing with them is not that easy. Okay. And learning, sir, I am working as a non-IT. My package is, I'm even though my I'm working from 7 6 years of experience, my package is around 15 LPA only. But I wanted to switch to the data engineering, and the package can be 20 plus. And one more thing is that the probability to get the job is very high here because the less manpower is there. Okay, but when you, sir, I wanted to become a Azure data engineer. The career for the Azure data engineer is good. The choice is good, but the competition is very high. Getting the job is not that easy. Okay, yeah,
Yes, I have a small doubt, sir.
yes.
Sir, what is difference between data engineering and GCP
Wait,
data
wait a minute.
engineering?
Yes, one at a time. Okay, one at a time. Yes, Samavedam. Sorry.
Yeah, sir. Actually, what is the difference between data engineering and GCP data engineering? What exactly difference, sir?
See, you are trying to learn the data engineering skills and going to become a data engineer in the Google Cloud Platform. I'm gonna explain you Google Cloud Platform and I'll come back to you guys because some people does not know what is Google Cloud Platform at all. So if I try to tell you
Yeah.
GCP data engineer, they may not be able to understand what is GCP data engineer. Okay? Yeah, I will explain this thing and we will see the questions at the end. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Mahi. Yes. Of course. Those ETL tools, that's what I wanted to tell you. What is Google Cloud Platform? If you try to understand, and you will know that GCP has many ETL tools already. Okay. So that's what. If you don't understand what is GCP, you are not going to understand at all how the GCP will help you to become a GCP data engineer. Okay, try to focus first. Let us try to understand what is GCP, and then we will focus on what are these GCP data engineering tools. Every cloud platform has its own ETL tools for the big data processing for data engineering. You don't need to specifically learn the on-premises tools. It has its own ETL tools here. I'm going to explain you one. First thing, let us focus on this chart, guys. What is Google Cloud Platform? A Google Cloud Platform is very similar to the Azure and AWS. How cloud computing services provided by the Azure and how the AWS is providing you the cloud computing services. GCP, Google Cloud Platform, also provides you the cloud computing services. Okay, so what is this cloud computing services, sir? A cloud provider is providing you the services so that those services are very useful for your business. I mean, if you wanted to build an application, or if you wanted to deploy your application, or if you wanted to scale one application, all of those resources required for your project will be delivered by the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, it's like this. For example, Google Cloud Platform provides you the big data services. Google Cloud Platform provides you the cloud computing services, compute services, IAM, management tools, networking services, storage and database, and machine learning. For those people who wanted to work on the big data, they have a specifically big data tools. Sir, I want a data warehouse. You have a BigQuery here. Sir, I want a ETL tools, data flow, data proc, data lab. Sir, I want a ingestion tools, PubSub. Sir, I wanted to do object to storage service. You have a Google Cloud Storage. So whatever the thing you wanted to do as a one developer in IT industry, all of those services is provided by the GCP itself. Okay, you wanted to work in the machine learning services provided by the GCP. The advantage is that you don't need to worry about infrastructure overhead. You don't need to you don't need to specifically focus on the infrastructure, because as a data engineer you must focus on the data processing. You shouldn't worry about how to build an entire system, how to build an application. No, that's not your agenda. You have to work on data processing. You have to work on gathering the requirements and creating the insights for your business. Okay, what is Google Cloud Platform? If you try to understand, a Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services provided by the Google. What it provides you, sir? It provides you cloud computing services. It provides you cloud computing services. When I say cloud computing services, someone is asking you what are the ETL tools that the GCP providing you. So GCP providing you Airflow as a composer. If anyone know about the Airflow, they will come to know this about this one. Composer. See, if one data engineer working on the Airflow in on-premises, he need to take care of the Airflow database, and nothing but a MySQL database. He need to create it. He need to have a cluster. He need to have a folder to take care of it. He need to have a networking. He need to have a system configuration. He need to take care of the storage. Everything from the scratch, he has to take care of it. Everything from the scratch, he has to take care of it for that entire Airflow running. But when you're working in the Google Cloud Platform, you don't need to worry about any of those infrastructure. If you try to create an environment in the one single click, if you try to create an environment in the composer, whatever the infrastructure required for your application is automatically created. The infrastructure required for your pipeline running is automatically created with a one single click of environment creation. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the infrastructure here. You can directly focus on the data processing creation of the data pipelines here. Okay, that is what we call as a fully managed services. Okay, in fully managed, in tomorrow's class you will understand it more. Okay, don't think that sir I am unable to understand it today. So in tomorrow's classes, today's class is just to give you some idea, but tomorrow's class actually gives you a lot of idea because sorry, here it is not here. I think why it is like this. Okay, yeah, I think here it is. In tomorrow's class, you will understand the many things. Why we are going to need the cloud? Why we need the cloud? How the companies are how the companies are actually working, how they used to work, and how they are working now, and the difference. What is the difference between the on-premises versus cloud? And I'm going to give you one example how the Google Cloud Platform solves that example. Tomorrow we will see that because we have a very less time. The main agenda of today's is that what is data engineering and what is Google Cloud Platform. Okay, all other things that we will see tomorrow. And the main agenda of today's session is I want you guys to understand what is Google Cloud Platform. Very simple. It provides you the cloud computing services. If I have to give you a very example, you think that you got a job in the Hyderabad. You got a job in the Hyderabad, and you have to go and stay there. You have two options. Either construct your house from the scratch. For constructing the house from the scratch, it takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort. Okay, if you wanted to construct a house from the scratch, it takes a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort as well. But the other option is that you can just rent a home. You can just rent a home. Okay, that's what the Google Cloud Platform do. Google Cloud Platform provides you the cloud computing services for the rent. You rent those resources, use it for your project requirement to fulfill your project requirements, create your application. That's it, end of story. And if you wanted to continue your business in the Google Cloud Platform itself, you keep on creating and scaling your applications. You don't want it to do it, you remove those resources. Okay, what the Google Cloud, whatever the, not only Google Cloud Platform, any cloud provides you the renting services. It provides you the rented services, whether it is the infrastructure or a environment or a database or a Kubernetes service or a computing engine, whatever it is, they provide you some service for the rent. You use it for some time, how much time you have used it, how many resources you have used it, you pay the money for that. End of story. Similarly, you rent it for 1 year, and after 1 year you wanted to go anywhere, just come out of it. You don't wanted to use it, so you will you say that I'm leaving. Similarly, in the Google Cloud Platform also they provide you the renting services. Okay, those services, how much time you wanted to use it, how many resources you wanted to use it, you can use it. After some time, you wanted to, but do not wanted to use it, you remove it. So that is what is the difference between. Okay, here you have a different services. What are those services that the Google Cloud Platform providing you for the rent, sir? These are all the services. More than 200 services it is providing you. Okay, you use these services for your business application creation, building, scaling, all of those your project requirement fulfill purpose. Okay, so this is what is a GCP cell. Okay, and this is what I don't wanted to provide you. So this is what we are going to learn in our upcoming sessions. Why we need a cloud, the on-premises versus cloud. Okay, the introduction to the GCP, why we learn GCP. These are all the topics one by one we are going to learn from tomorrow onwards. The opportunities in the Google Cloud Platform, the service overview, GCP interfaces, console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK, console walkthrough, GCP locations, regions. It may not be similar in other cloud platforms, but this is all there in the Google Cloud Platform. We must learn. These are the very basic concepts if you wanted to become a GCP data engineer. The importance of the regions, I am an admin, identities, roles, resource hierarchy, importance, networking basics, VPC, firewalls, and load balancing. These are the GCP commonly used topics and very basic things. And after that, when it comes to the GCP data engineer, sir, I understood what is data engineering. I understood what is Google Cloud Platform. Sir, I wanted to become a GCP data engineer. What are the tools that I have to focus in? You need to learn about cloud storage, cloud SQL. So almost 16 services I have mentioned here. So these are all the services that we are going to learn. Okay, so this is for the object storage. This is for the OLTP systems. This is for the data warehouse, OLTP and data warehouse. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the data processing systems, and all the systems are here. Airflow is also here, and cloud functions, IAM, data migration services, data transfer services. Terraform is also newly added topic, and pubs. All of these services that we are going to learn from tomorrow. So these are the things that if you learn, you can able to become a GCP data engineer, sir. Okay, if you learn these concepts very clearly with lab sessions, very clearly with all other things, you can actually easily get a job within 2 months with a very, very good hike. After completion of this course, you can actually go for the interview. There are plenty of opportunities that you have. Okay, anyone have any questions on this one so far? Please raise your hand. Which one is comparatively cheap between AWS, Azure, and GCP? GCP is very cheap, sir, comparatively. Yes, Bharat Kumar. Yes, yes, both you can use it for.
So do you cover data flow, data fusion? Hello?
Here it is data flow, right? You can't see it.
Like the basics are going to cover or
Data flow is covered, guys. Yes, in depth.
so
Yes.
we'll be practicing that in a collab or where will be practicing data flow?
We are going to work with the data flow in the Google Cloud platform. I will tell you how to create a notebook. Sir, we have a very dedicated material for everything. You are going to be having a lab sessions, right? For example, you are asking data proc or data flow. So you have here all the codes, and for the data flow, all of these sessions are here. Okay, what is introduction? What is data flow? Every material I will share it with you guys. We have a dedicated material. I have created this material for you. What is the difference between the Spark versus Beam, data proc versus data flow, lab sessions for each and everything, where P collections, P transformations, batch pipelines, pops up, streaming pipelines, and custom pipelines. Okay. Yeah. With the help of the example, lab sessions are like you can able to see this many codes we are working.
Sir, I have some doubts, sir. Shall we
One
connect
at a
or
time, please.
after?
One at a time. I'm gonna go one by one. Okay, please. Uh,
So deployment model will cover where to deploy the code after into production.
no, we are. I mean, I will tell you how you can use the how you can create the data pipelines. Okay, deployments is more of a DevOps engineer topics. We are not covering. Okay,
Like
infrastructure creation and all of those things are not covered here because that is DevOps engineer. But how to create the data pipelines and all of those things, that is data engineer that we are covering. Yes.
but once you write the code, we'll just raise a pull request to move the code.
Those things we have to do it. Yes. Pull and push is 1 minute activity. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sir.
One at a time, please. Okay. I'm gonna go one by one. Yes, Pawan. Pawan, do you have any questions? Okay. Manu, you do you have any questions? Yes, Pawan, tell me. Of course, yes. So for those people who are unable to attend these sessions, you are getting the you are going to get the recorded sessions, material access, everything. Okay, and I will also provide you the code repo. Yes. Yes, Manu.
Do PySpark needed for this learning
We
data?
are covering the PySpark also. We are also covering the PySpark, guys. So if you guys go to my course content, in the data proc, we are covering the PySpark data frames. In data flow, we are covering the Apache Beam programming model.
Through templates, we are going to cover data flow.
No. We are creating the custom code plus templates, both.
So are you going to cover security
And
also?
yes. Why some people are talking in between? Okay, I am gonna ask you, right? Please raise your hand. Okay, it actually confuses a lot other people. We have a very good amount of people here, so I'm gonna go one by one, because if you ask something now, the some more guy I couldn't able to hear both, and some question is going back, so that's what. So I'm gonna tell you one by one. The end-to-end questions will be covered, end-to-end pipelines will be covered. You can able to see here data processing, nothing but a data pipelines, and a Terraform we are going to create it for the infrastructure. This is where we are going to learn the orchestration, how we can able to deploy our codes in the data proc, data flow, all of those things also we are going to learn. And BigQuery for mainly important, BigQuery for data warehousing as well. Okay. Yes, Satya. Any questions, Satya? Yes, Tajmul. Hello. Yes, Satya, tell me. Okay, sorry. Yeah. But full stack of what? Full stack of data engineer? I think it helps you. Yes, sir. Correct, correct. That will be covered, don't worry. Yeah, that will be covered. Yes. So you wanted, if you wanted to learn, so this is something that you have to decide whether it is helpful for you or not. But whatever the concepts that you have mentioned will be covered here. Okay. So you say, sir, this is my requirement, whether that requirement is covered here or not. If you ask me, I'll say that yes, of course, that is covered here. But whether that is suits me or whether that is helpful me in the future, that totally depends on you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All of those concepts, that whatever you have mentioned related to the data warehousing pipeline, ETL, cloud engineer, everything is covered here. Okay.
Yes, sir, is it covered from scratch? That means from basics.
Of course, at least 50, 20 years. Yes. Yes. Yes, Rahul. Rahul, do you have any questions? Yes. Sorry. Yes. No. See, the prerequisite for this course, I'm gonna tell you tomorrow, guys. It is SQL only. If you are okay with the SQL, that's more than enough for this course. Okay. If you have a SQL knowledge, that's more than enough for this prerequisite for the course is SQL only. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Reddy. G.
Are you going to cover data governance?
Data governance, no, it is not covered here. That's more of
Because
for those people who are very experienced, right? It is
yes,
not
yes,
covered.
Yeah, for 12 plus experience, they're asking data governance and
Yes, they will ask what is the
security
cover.
also. Security, how you secure the data in cloud.
No, that is not covered here.
So at least you can provide the docs, right? Through how to.
Yeah, I can of course, I will provide you for the data governance and security. See, I know how to do all of those things, but in usually I will not be covering in the sessions. But I will give you some idea during the last ending sessions. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Gajan and Pandey. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Yes, tell me. No, no, no. It's almost a 15 to 16 batch.
I'm audible, sir, now. Hello.
So freshers, this course we are not recommending it for freshers, but it is morely for them. It is a value addition to them. But morely we have seen those people who are having at least 2 years of experience are attending for this course.
Okay. Sir, do we need to complete
Yes,
certificate?
yes, 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 yes. Gajanan, can you wait for 1 minute? Yeah. Yes, Tajmul, yes, you are asking. Okay. Mhm. Actually, it is actually I mean, for those already working as Azure data engineer, Azure data analysis, the getting the job is, they are, I mean, job, if I keep it aside, but they will be able to understand easily. Okay. A job is very same for all the people. Okay. Whether you are a GCP data engineer, Azure data engineer, end of the day in your resume, you are going to put GCP data engineer last 2 or 3 years. Okay. The opportunities, the calls are same, but how Azure data engineer or AWS data engineer, if they are attending if they are attending for this class, they can able to understand it very easily. That's the That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you, bro. It is something that you already know SQL. Some people does not know SQL at all. Some people does not know what is data analysis at all. The chances of learning, the ease of learning is very good for you. But for those people does not know SQL at all, or who does not know, they are not in the data world at all. They may be coming from the testing. They may be coming from the non-IT. For them, the ease of learning is hard. But the opportunity wise, you both are same. Yeah. Yes, Bharat Kumar. For now, the morning batch is not happening. Maybe after 1 month, I guess. Not 15 to 20 days. After 1 month, I believe we will be starting. Yeah. The course details and the course syllabus will be shared with you, all of you guys. Okay. And if you guys, the course fees, you can able to connect with the team. They will help you on that. And syllabus also, they will send you a PDF for you. Okay. This PDF only they will send you. Topic wise details are here only. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, anyone?
Hello.
1 minute, guys, please. 1 minute. Reddy. Reddy ji, your question is done already, or do you have any other questions?
Do you have classroom also for this?
No, 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 guys. It's totally online for now.
I have
Online
some doubts,
sessions.
sir.
Yeah.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, Naveen Kumar.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, tell me.
So I joined little late for this one. So this is like a overall GCP course or just data engineering? GCP data
Data
engineering.
engineering with Google Cloud Platform. GCP data
Okay,
engineering. Yeah.
okay, okay.
Okay, Yashraj Patil. Sorry, Yashraj Patil. Yes, yes, you are audible. Each and every topic itself is a data pipeline, guys. See, each and every topic we are going to cover one project. Okay, each and everything is one pipeline. Here we cover 2 to 3 pipelines. Here we cover 3 to 4 pipelines. Here we cover 2 to 3 pipelines. So each and every topic itself it is a scenario based and project oriented. Okay. Yeah, because you may not be using you may not be using Dataproc, Airflow in one project only. Okay, if you are going and work in one project, you may not be using all of these tools in one project. Okay, Dataproc itself, it is one entire project. Dataflow itself, it is one project. So we are covering almost 4 to 5 projects. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, I think we are good, and we are going to have our tomorrow session, and tomorrow session will be very good because maybe I have given you. I spent a lot of time on what is data engineering and what is GCP, and tomorrow you will going to understand how many certifications you can do after this course, and how many days it will take for the course, how many hours it will take for the course, and how to register for the course, and all of those details I am going to tell you tomorrow. Please attend the class tomorrow and you are going to get a lot of information. Okay? Yeah.
Do you provide interview support
Yes,
like
sir, I have small doubt.
Yes, for the interview support and all of those details, you can connect with the team that we are not providing yet.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have one more doubt.
Yes, yes, please.
Actually, this is, we are using database SQL, right? But I'm not that much familiar with SQL.
Sorry,
I have some
Samavedi,
idea
you're
in
asking
the
something. Sorry.
yeah. Actually, we need the prerequisite, right? SQL for this course. SQL is the prerequisite, right, sir?
No, no, where two people are talking, actually, it's confusing. Okay, Manu, can you wait for 1 minute? Yeah, Samavedi, you are asking something.
Yeah, sir. Actually,
Yeah.
for this GCP data engineering course, SQL is the
Okay.
prerequisite, right?
Yes, SQL
Like
is a prerequisite. Yes.
I'm not that much familiar with SQL completely.
See, that's
Can
what I'm
you?
telling you. The enthusiast, if you are enthusiast towards the data engineering, sit for 5 hours,
Yeah.
you will learn the SQL. Okay, sir,
Okay.
I wanted to become a GCP data engineer. You fix yourself first. Do you want to become a
Okay.
GCP data engineer, or do you want it to become some other? If you wanted to become a
No,
GCP
no, sir.
data engineer, you will sit for hours and you will learn.
Okay.
If your
If
idea is some
job.
other thing, okay, if you wanted to become some other, you sit for. I'm not telling you you take this only this course, but whatever you are taking, you decide for yourself first. If you fix it, don't keep your legs on two of the ships. Okay, try to decide for one thing, whether it is GCP data engineer, whether tomorrow it is DevOps, and after tomorrow data scientist. Don't try all of those things. Fix for
I'm
yourself. I'm
interested in
telling you,
GCP
even
data
it takes
engineering.
time. Also, you will be end of the day, you will be getting a very good result. Okay. SQL is
Okay.
prerequisite, but if you are already familiar with the SQL, try to sit for at least 2 to 3 hours. I'm telling you, you will be getting a mid-level of language with the SQL because very a simple
Okay,
language
sir.
SQL comparatively.
Definitely. Sir,
Yeah.
is it job oriented program, sir? That means
Yes, this is a
after
job
all these
oriented.
batches.
This is totally project of process specific, and most of the interview questions that are they are going to ask in the interviews are covered in the sessions itself because I have seen many people ask telling me that sir whatever we have covered are almost very useful for the interviews. Okay, so it will be very useful course. I'm telling you, you will only call me and telling me that I already got the job before the end of session itself.
Okay, sir. This is online, right, sir? Online class, right? For example, if we get any doubt or any confusion, how can we contact you, sir?
No, you can directly connect with me during the sessions. Okay. For next 60 days, you can actually connect with me every day. I'm gonna be
Is,
here, and every day you can, if you have any questions, you can actually ask me in the class.
is there
Yes.
any
Yeah.
in Durga IT? Is there any helping mentors, sir? In that consulting?
Mentor, I'm not sure, but we will provide you the pure course and with very good knowledge. But other than that, I'm not sure. But you can connect with them and they will call me. Okay, if you are connecting with the admin and they will actually call me, we can talk. Yeah.
Oh, can you suggest them, sir, for arranging one mentor for it? That is much easier and much effective, right, sir?
Not sure, guys. That's not happened so far. Yeah. I can tell you fake. I can fake it now and later it may not be happening. That would not be good. But so far it did not happen and it worked very well and many people got the job already.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we are good for the day, guys. I think we will meet for tomorrow's session and we will see how you guys can become a GCP data engineer. What are the content, so course content that we are going to cover? How many days of this session? How if you wanted to go for the interviews, how to prepare the resumes and when you have to prepare the resumes and how to attend the interviews. What are the commonly asked interview questions? What are the GCP data engineer dumps, GCP associate dumps? All of those things that we will see tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Thank you for today's session. We will meet tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all.